They invited my brother to give a speech at my graduation, not me. I'm 22F and just graduated college with honors. Dean's list every semester, multiple scholarships, president of 2 student orgs, volunteer hours, internships. I grinded these last 4 years. My major isn't easy, either. It was STEM, and I was one of the few women in my program. Now, I also have an older brother, Nate, 26M, who dropped out of college after his first year. No judgment, college isn't for everyone, but since then, he's kind of floated from one thing to another. He's charming, loud, funny, and admittedly better at winning over a room. Our parents worship him. He's the golden boy, always has been. I've always been the quiet one, the overachiever. The one who doesn't need praise because I'm so responsible. Well, apparently, being responsible doesn't mean you get recognized, even when it's your graduation. The speech. A few weeks before the ceremony, I got a call from my mom. She was so excited and said she and my dad had a surprise. You ready? They'd reached out to my college, behind my back, and arranged for Nate to give a short congratulatory speech on stage at my graduation dinner. This wasn't part of the official school ceremony, but it was a big dinner organized by my department and open to families. Some students were giving speeches, professors too. But not me. No, apparently my family decided that my big night would be a perfect time for my brother to inspire everyone with a speech about watching me grow up and overcome challenges. I didn't even know how to respond. I asked, "Why wouldn't you ask me if I wanted to speak?" And my mom, bless her clueless heart, said, "You're not really the public speaker type, sweetie. We just thought Nate would make it more fun." Not only did they not think I deserved the mic, they literally thought I'd be a buzzkill at my own graduation celebration. What I did. So I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I didn't argue. I emailed my department head, who I'm actually really close to, and asked if there was still a student speaker slot open. There was one left, someone had dropped out. I volunteered. No one from my family knew. Fast forward to the dinner. Nate shows up in a suit, full of himself, and gives his speech. It's fine. Lots of jokes about how smart his little sister is, and how he always knew she'd outshine him, but with that smug tone that makes it all about him. Everyone claps. My parents are glowing. Then the department chair gets up and says, "We're proud to also feature a short message from one of our graduating seniors. Please welcome, my name, to the podium." The look on my parents' faces? Priceless. I walked up. No notes. Just the truth. I talked about hard work, about being a woman in a male-dominated field, about late nights and doubts and how none of this came easy. I talked about mentors, friends, found family who cheered me on. I didn't even mention Nate. I didn't have to. I got a standing ovation. Aftermath. My parents were quiet. My mom said, "I didn't know you had that in you." My dad said I should have told them I wanted to speak, which made me laugh. Because I didn't know I needed their permission to be proud of myself. Nate? He looked uncomfortable. For once, he wasn't the star. And he knew it. That night, I realized something. I don't need to fight for a spotlight in people's lives if they never plan to share it. So now? I'm moving forward. Not bitter. Just done performing for people who never saw me as the main character in my own story. Update, my parents are suddenly proud of me, now that everyone else is too. So, after I gave that speech at my graduation dinner, the one my parents didn't know I was giving, a lot changed. It's been a few weeks, and suddenly, my parents have decided they're my biggest fans. Funny how that works, huh? Let's talk about the shift. Before the dinner, I was the background character in Nate's story. After the dinner, my mom is sharing the video of my speech with everyone in the family group chat. She posted it on Facebook with a caption that said, "So proud of our brilliant girl." She spelled my name wrong. My dad told me he'd been bragging about me to his coworkers, including the one who literally thought I worked for Nate because of how often my dad talks about him. They're inviting me to dinner, sending me "so sorry we underestimated you" texts, and my mom even mailed me a necklace with the word "shine" on it. Like some Hallmark movie moment. But here's the thing. It doesn't feel good. It feels hollow. Because when I needed them to see me, they didn't. When I was grinding through classes, pulling all-nighters, doubting myself. Silence. When I was accepted into a prestigious internship and cried on the phone telling them the news. They said, "Oh wow, that's cool. So when is Nate coming home again?" Now that other people have clapped for me. Now they're clapping too. And yeah, I know some people would say, take the win. They're trying. Let it go. But you know what? I'm tired of giving out passes for the bare minimum. I'm tired of being seen only when it's convenient. So what did I do? I thanked them for the necklace. I was polite. But when they invited me to a celebration dinner, I said no. I had plans. I didn't. I just didn't want to sit at another table where Nate's jokes would get more laughs than my accomplishments. I'm learning how to make peace with the fact that sometimes, the validation you wanted your whole life might show up late and still not mean what you thought it would. Where things stand now. Nate texted me a half-hearted "your speech was actually really good." No emoji. No punctuation. Classic. My parents are walking this weird line between overcorrecting and guilt-tripping. We just didn't realize how much you wanted to be seen, my mom said. I'm applying for grad school. Quietly. On my own terms. And here's the real kicker. One of the professors from my department recommended me for a speaking opportunity at a National Women in STEM conference. Me. Not Nate. Not because of family favors. Just because I earned it. This time, I'm bringing people who actually clapped for me when no one else was looking. Update, Nate gets jealous again and pulls a stunt to steal the spotlight. Hey Reddit, it's me again, and you're not going to believe what my brother, Nate, tried to pull this time. So, if you've been following along, you know that I've been living my best life since graduation. My parents have been trying to make up for their past neglect by showering me with attention, but it feels more like guilt trips than genuine pride. I'm applying for grad school and have some serious momentum going. My speech at the dinner got a lot of attention, and things were looking pretty solid. Enter Nate. The setup. A few days ago, I get an unexpected message from Nate. It's pretty generic at first, just him saying, "Hey, I saw your post about that speaking gig. Looks like you're really killing it." I didn't think much of it. He's always been the type to act like nothing phases him until it suddenly does. I replied, "Thanks, I'm excited. I'm really passionate about this." He hit me with "Well, I've got some news too. I've been asked to speak at an event next month. It's a pretty big deal. I'll let you know the details soon." I didn't think much of it either, because, honestly, we never really talked about our professional lives. But then, last night, the truth came out. The event. So I get a group text from my parents. They want to celebrate the family achievements. I figure they want to take us out for dinner to talk about the speaking event I'm doing. Maybe they're being genuine. Nope. They casually drop that Nate is apparently the keynote speaker at some local charity event next month. My parents are so excited. This is a huge opportunity for Nate. This could be life-changing for him. And of course, they add how proud they are of him for getting this chance. But, wait a second. Nate's big event is a local charity fundraiser that's been done annually for years. It's not some prestigious conference. It's not anything that would genuinely be considered a career milestone. And I know for a fact it's a smaller crowd, friends and family, not industry professionals. But that didn't stop Nate from sending out an email to everyone we know, making it seem like he's been invited to speak at an elite event. He even said it was a high-profile conference. He pulled some strings to get a few press articles written up to publicize it. In a week, my parents had been circulating his fake press clippings like he was about to become the next big motivational speaker. The stunt. Then the real kicker happened. Nate suddenly reached out to me in a text. He said, "Hey, I thought it'd be cool if we both spoke at our events. We could do something together, like, make it a family thing. You know, since we both have a message to share. It could be fun. Maybe get a little more attention if we tie it together." I didn't even have to think twice. Nate wasn't interested in a collaboration. He wasn't trying to celebrate my accomplishments. He was trying to hijack my spotlight. If I was getting praise for actual achievements, he wanted to turn his event into something that looked like it matched mine. It was clear, he was trying to ride my coattails. I shot him down cold. I said, "I'm doing my own thing, Nate. No need to mix our events. It's not what you think it is." That's when the passive-aggressive messages started. "Don't take this personally, but if I had your confidence, I'd probably be more successful too. It's just funny how you seem to take credit for everything when I'm the one making all the moves." And then, it got worse. The fallout. Later that night, my mom called me. She said she was worried that I was shutting down Nate and that I was being too harsh about his event. She even suggested that I should maybe reconsider being so competitive and try to help him more. Apparently, he's feeling really hurt. I told her, maybe if he wasn't trying to take credit for my hard work, I'd be more supportive. Now, it's getting awkward. My mom is trying to play peacekeeper, but it's clear she's biased. She wants me to make peace with Nate, even though he's pulling stunts to steal my shine. She says it's just family rivalry and that I should let it slide, but I can't shake the feeling that Nate isn't just trying to steal my spotlight, he's trying to rewrite the narrative that I was the one who was always overshadowed by him. Where things stand now. I'm just over here trying to keep my head down and focus on my career. I've been getting support from my mentors, and I've got some really great things lined up, but honestly, I'm exhausted. This whole situation just reminds me of how hard I've worked to get where I am and how easily people like Nate can manipulate the situation to make themselves look better. I'm considering going low contact with my family if this keeps up. Nate's event is next month, and I can already feel him trying to drum up drama. He's already been asking our parents to help promote it. I'm starting to think this is less about him finding success and more about him trying to drag me into his mess so we can both be stars, but not for the right reasons. At this point, I'm just focusing on me.